So everyone knows that we're building a brand new terminal out in Dulles, and we're always doing a lot of work here at DCA. So the budget, let's just say the budget is very big, and there's a lot of opportunity for small businesses. We'll actually have sessions here at the airport about how to do business with the airport. If we have a build coming out, we'll actually bring in the general contractor to kind of talk about what those opportunities are. But I wouldn't just focus just on the construction side. We have business opportunities with our rental car companies. Most people don't realize, they think like the rental car company like Hertz or Avis, like they own the cars and they service cars. But the reality is they may own the car, but they farm out the cleaning of the vehicle when you turn it in, the maintenance of the vehicle, to fix up. If there's tires flat, they typically farm that out to a local tire shop. So, don't look just at the construction side of it. There's a lot of opportunity outside of construction at the airport. And again, that's why we just say, look at our quarterly forecast. It'll kind of give you a detailed snapshot of what's to come.
This is the Commercial Builders Network, where trust is restored, power is reclaimed, and legacy is built. Let's get to work. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to another episode of the Commercial Builders Network. My name is Tanisha Reed, and I'm your host. And today we have the amazing Charles Wilson. He is the Regulatory Compliance Manager at MWAA. Can you believe that? I got MWAA. How are you, Charles?
I'm doing good. You made me feel important, like amazing, Charles Wilson. You've upped the standard.
Yes, you are. Look, you are the man with the plan, and the people about to find out. Charles,
Well, thank you
tell
for having me.
them.
I'm excited. I'm
Awesome,
excited about the
awesome.
conversation.
So tell the people who you are and what are you known for?
Hello, everyone. My name is Charles Wilson. I am the Regulatory Compliance Manager here at the Metropolitan Washington Airports Authority. I've been with the authority for about going on 4 years. I love every day that I work here because I get to make a difference in the lives of employees and small business owners. So I see the fruit of my labor right away. So that's why I really love my job. Um, Prior to joining MWA, I was working in the private sector with Booz Allen Hamilton and several other major corporations. I used to work for the DC government, where I was a small business outreach manager for the Department of Small Local Business Development. So I come from a lot of worlds, but at the end of the day, I enjoy helping people. I enjoy helping people succeed, and that's why I love my job.
So, of course, you have spent a lot of your career with helping with diversity with small business and creating opportunities for them. What made you get into this space, and what inspires you to help see small businesses grow?
Sure. So, I mentioned early in my career, I worked for some of the major uh, called Big Four consulting firms, um, Price Waterhouse, Deloitte, KPMG, Grant Thornton as an auditor. And, I enjoyed my job. I learned a lot, but I really did not feel like I was making a difference in the world. That's what really drives me. And I started just doing some research to see what kind of other opportunities were out there. And it was several years ago. I was actually Anita Bonds, who was a council member with DC Council. She won the appointment to serve on the council, and she asked me to serve as her chief of staff. Um, and that kind of came out as a surprise. But I said, hey, you know what? I was looking for a career change. Let's go for it. Helped her win her reelection bid, and then Mayor Gray came to me. DC Mayor Gray came to me and said, hey, I have an opportunity with the DC Department of Small Local Business Development to help small businesses navigate the procurement process of the DC government. Jumped at that, loved it. Was there for 3 years. And what I really loved about it was helping small businesses navigate the process, to helping them position themselves to be successful, and then them coming back to me 6, 8 months later saying thank you. Because of that info session I went to that you hosted, because of this uh, introduction that you made, I was able to win my first contract. And that made me feel good because I felt like I was, one, making a difference and just helping somebody. So, and I'm pretty much doing the same thing here at the Airports Authority.
Okay, how did your early career at, okay, I always get this acronym, DSLBD,
Hmm.
and your time at Booz Allen prepare you for your role now at MWA?
Um, well, at DSLBD, it helped me get my feet wet as far as just learning the small business procurement process within the district government, understanding how hard it was for business owners to be successful, uh, and just understanding their world a little bit, and helping them to not be so frustrated, but to stay focused on the prize. And and while I was there, we actually created a relationship with the Airports Authority, believe it or not. And I was responsible for creating, like in DC, there's a certification process called the CBE, Certified Business Enterprise. And so we created a relationship with the district government that if you became a CBE, you could easily also become certified with the Airports Authority with our small business program called a Small Local Business Enterprise Program. So I created that while I was with the DC government. Um, and lo and behold, a couple years later, I'm here at the Airports Authority, seeing the other side and helping, DC-based small businesses in Maryland and Virginia be successful at the Airports Authority.
Awesome. So, for the listeners who might not understand what NY is and what exactly you do,
Mhm.
can you explain that to them and how it interacts with small businesses?
Sure. So the Metropolitan Washington Airports Authority is the organization that oversees the management of the airports. And that includes DCA, Washington Reagan Airport, and Dulles International Airport, as well as the Dulles Toll Road. So we're responsible for the management of those airports. And we bring in airline partners to lease from us, um, you know, the terminal space, um, for passenger transit. And so most people don't realize when people think of an airport, they think of getting on your plane, going to your destination, getting a rental car, coming back. But the reality is that the airport is operates like a major city. And everything that a city might buy, we buy the same stuff. We have a fire department, we have a police department, we need janitorial services, we need electric. I mean, anything you see, painting, electrical work, construction, uh, IT services, anything that a city would buy, we buy the same stuff. And so we want to be able to partner with as many local businesses as we can, to help make the airport even more efficient and accessible to the general public.
And so, these two airports, they oversee billions of dollars worth of infrastructure, correct?
Mm, that's right.
So, what does that mean for procurement opportunities for small businesses?
So in some cases, we do have small business set asides. So we want to be able to partner with small businesses, but for the most part, in order to do that, we want you to become certified with the airport. And what that is, we have our own program called the Small Local Business Enterprise Program, SLBE. Whereas if you're a small business within 100 miles of Washington, D.C., you should become certified with us. Now, that doesn't guarantee you any contracts, but it just helps us understand the pool of small businesses available at our disposal. That if we want a small business set aside, we can base it on the numbers that we have certified with us. Um, so again, we understand that supporting the small business community and creates jobs, and when you create jobs, it helps the local economy. And when you help the local economy, you help more people fly and travel. So it's a win-win for everybody involved.
So, what does MWA's current budget look like when it comes to small businesses, and what kind of categories and scopes of works are in high demand when it comes to construction?
So everyone knows that we're building a brand new terminal out in Dulles, and we're always doing a lot of work here at DCA. So the budget, let's just say the budget is very big, and there's a lot of opportunity for small businesses. What I always encourage small businesses to do is to simply go to our website. There's a link that says doing business, and you'll see the quarterly forecast. that we have for the fourth quarter this year, even into next year, to kind of give you an idea of what procurement opportunities are coming up. That can range anything from finance, revenue, engineering, um, uh, public safety, technology, and consumer and marketing strategy services. So the opportunity is there. You just have to make sure that you stay connected with us. Get on our vendor list, become certified, so that when those opportunities come up, you'll be one of the first to know.
So what is the so do you have to I know you said that with the certification that you
Mhm.
had to be within a certain mile radius. Are you willing to do business with businesses that are out of state or out of the area?
Yeah, we do businesses with out of state, but we always want to keep it as local as possible. So you don't necessarily have to become certified, but um, it does kind of open up another door that might you might not be aware of.
So do you guys have bid what is it, pre-bid meetings and stuff like that where they can
Yes.
learn about opportunities and stuff like that? And how do they
Yep.
find out about those?
Yeah. Again, just contact us. We have our own. You go to our website. I was going to refer to people to our website. You'll get on our email list, and oftentimes we'll actually have uh, sessions here at the airport about how to do business with the airport. If we have a major build coming out, we'll actually bring in the general contractor to kind of talk about what those opportunities are. But I wouldn't just focus just on the construction side. We have business opportunities with our rental car companies. Most people don't realize they think like the rental car company like Hertz or Avis, they own the cars and they service the cars. But the reality is they may own the car, but they farm out the cleaning of the vehicle when you turn it in, the maintenance of the vehicle to fix it up. If there's tires flat, they typically farm that out to a local tire shop. Um, so don't look just at the construction side of it. There's a lot of opportunity outside of construction at the airport. And again, that's why we just say look at our quarterly forecast. It'll kind of give you a detailed snapshot of what's to come.
So I know you were saying that you guys have a tendency to bring in general contractors and maybe have them come speak on the behalf of, I guess, that bidding process. But are there any other opportunities where they can get in your faces, maybe meet you all and talk with you all about these different opportunities?
Uh, Absolutely. And typically we have these outreach events that we host at least once on a quarterly basis, sometimes even more than that. But a lot of times we'll actually go out into the community and go to local communities to talk about how to do business with the airport. And we'll partner with local small business partners in the local area to be able to help us connect with small businesses who may not know that there are opportunities with us that even exist. Um, and a lot of times we'll be at local small business fairs too, just to meet the public where they are and create relationships there. Um, and a lot of those relationships have been successful with a follow up. We'll make an introduction, and they might win an opportunity, 3 to 6 months from now. You just never know. So we just want, as a team, we just do our very, very best to be able to make sure that we're out in the community connecting with as many people as possible.
So, what are some like mistakes or misconceptions that like small minority businesses might have when trying to do business with the airport? What are some mistakes they might make that may have missed the opportunity to actually be considered?
I wouldn't say mistakes, but there's a couple things you can do to better position yourself. One is you have to be prepared. You have to have, when someone asks you, like, what do? You have to be ready to say, hey, this is what I do. Here's the services I can offer. Here's how I can help. Can you introduce me to somebody I might be able to talk to about an opportunity? And when you're responding to a bid, make sure that you truly respond. You, you answer the question that's asked and provide the information that's needed. I was on a review committee a couple months ago, reviewing several bids, and we asked for 4 recommendations, and I can't tell you the number of people that we had to who weren't considered just because they submitted 3 recommendations when we
Mm.
asked for 4. So, read it, understand it, take your time in responding. And if you have questions, don't be afraid to ask me. So I'm sure there's other people who do. So we have another program that we call Small Business University, which is a 13 to 14-week intensive program where we bring in small businesses to to talk to our procurement officers, understand how to do a capability statement, how to respond to a bid, uh, how to position yourself if you need extra capital uh, to make sure that you can be successful through the life of the project. We bring them in a like a school type session. So to help them understand how to do business with the airport, how to be successful, not just with the airport's authority, but other entities they might have opportunities with. It's a great program. It's absolutely free. All you have to do is apply. I believe the applications are still open for the winter cohort in 2026. So if you're interested, all you have to do is go to our website. It's right there. You can learn more about the program. We have testimonials and pictures from past cohorts. And I can tell you that when small business owners graduate from this course, all you hear is thank you, because it really does open perspective and possibly future opportunities for them to be successful.
So there's a lot of mistrust when it comes to doing business with large institutions like MWA. How is it that you and MWA are building trust with the community for these different opportunities?
No, it's a great question. So we really do go above and beyond to be able to connect with the small business community in DC, Maryland, and Virginia. We really want people to get to know us. We want to get to know them. We want to be able to help them understand the procurement process at the airports authority. We also want them to understand that it is competitive. There are a lot of people who want to do business with us, and that if you want to be successful, there's some things that you have to do. You have to bring your A game to be able to win bids at the airport. Um, but as a unit, we want to help. We want to be able to help people navigate that and understand how it works. So that's why we're always out in the community, and at small business fairs to be able to answer questions, um, and be able to direct people to the right person that they may be able to talk to if we don't have the answer, so that when an opportunity does become available, they know how to respond.
What's one story or moment that made you realize that your work in this career matters?
One story, I don't have one story, but when you know you're doing a good job is that when you meet somebody at a small business event or they come to the airport to learn about how to do business with the airport, and they purposefully come up to you after the event and say, "Wow, that was a great event," or "Thank you because you directed me to the right person. I was able to win a contract, all because of the relationship, and all because we were there to help them network and help them navigate the airport's authority." When you get comments and feedback like that, you know you're making a difference, and that makes this work all worthwhile.
For those who feel overlooked, unseen, or shut out, what is your message to them?
Um, you're not alone. There are a lot of other people that feel like you, but don't let that stop you. Don't let it stop you. Make sure you take the first step, and put yourself out there. And when you do that, opportunities will come your way, but you have to make the first step. They're not just going to come to you just because you're a great person. You have to make that first step and put yourself out there, introduce yourself, um, and network. A lot of times when I notice that when people come to small business events or networking events, they're kind of intimidated. They find their seat, they get their drink, they find their seat, and they don't even talk to the person next to them.
Oh,
Uh, and we purposely like, hey, before the event starts, well, one, welcome, but let's just go shake somebody's hand that you don't know and introduce yourself. Trust me, they're just as nervous and as intimidated as you are. But you have just open yourself up and opportunities will come. But you have to put yourself out there first.
awesome. What do you want the average small business owner, whether it's a contractor, supplier, to take away from this episode moving forward and doing business with you all?
Well, one, we want you to know that we're here. Again, uh, when people think of the airport, they think of getting on their flight, going to their destination, coming back. As I said earlier in the interview, the airport operates like a major city. Anything that a city might procure, we procure the same services and goods. And we want to be able to work with our small business partners in the local area to help us make the airport more efficient and more accessible to the general public. So if you're interested in doing business with us, please visit our website at my.com. There's a tab there that talks about doing business. You can learn more about our small business university, and you can get on our email list to come out to events that we host at the airport about how to do business with the airport. Or if you are part of a chamber of commerce that you want us to come out, we love to come out and talk to your members about how to do business with the airport.
Well, thank you, Charles, for your time. It has been a pleasure having you.
Thank you so much, and I'd love to come back one day. So let me know.
Will do.